everyone, I'm Andrea and
I'm Chris
from Lacuna Coil. The new album is called Dark Adrenaline, and as you said, it just came out, and it's quite a complete album for us, quite a mature album that features a lot of our original sounds from previous albums, some of the atmosphere, the darker feelings of some of the songs, as well as some newer influences and newer production on the sounds and on the songwriting. So it is an album that sums up our history in a way, the place we were coming from, as well as some of the new elements we want to introduce. It's a dark and heavy album, and it's a good album.
I mean, we spent like kind of a lot of time working on it, almost like we took a break for almost a year, and I guess like the reason why it's so much darker and heavier is also because of like some stuff that happened in like our lives during this year. You know, I mean, nothing really crazy or terrible, but like normal stuff that happens like in life. You know, so that probably influenced the way we wrote the songs and the general atmosphere of the album. Well, it's something that we are not the kind of band that can actually write stuff while on tour, and we tour kind of a lot. So it is kind of like something that we have to do. Although it would be better if we could be quicker and stuff, because you know, like waiting 3 years in between album releases is a long time. But at the same time, we are very picky with our material. We like to be to make sure that everything is as perfect as possible. You know, so it is kind of a luxury, but at the same time, it's something that we kind of have to do. And although we would like to maybe be quicker than that, you know. I think it's just a reason. It's just a matter of like having the right song, you know. Because of the way the new songs came out, they're like heavier. There's more like guitar work, like also like guitar riffs, like throughout the songs and stuff. If a song actually we feel requires something else, something extra, like a guitar solo, we'll just go for it. You know, I mean, it's not something that we plan in advance. I mean, we like to do that kind of stuff. It's just something that having two voices, you know, a lot of keyboards and like strings and other arrangements. Sometimes it's just if you wanted to put a solo, it would be too much, you know. But if the song actually requires it, I think then we go for it.
So far, pretty good. I mean, all the reviews and both from the press and the people has been amazing. And we've been going to the number 15 in the charts in America, in the States. So it's the second album that we've been able to place in the top 20 in America. For a band from Italy, it's quite a lot. You know? We never even thought that was possible to do it, to achieve this when we started. So far it's pretty good. I mean, I really like the fact that the album is a little heavier and darker in the atmosphere. So I think we're probably missing it a little bit on the previous album. We've been focusing on experimenting on different direction, and that allowed us to actually have this different kind of album now. So everything we do, it's always an accessory step to the progression of the band. And now I think we're really happy with the result of this album. That's why the people is really responding in this way, you know, because they probably have the same feeling that we have, that some punch was missing a little bit from the previous album. So when we now play the new songs live, they all go very well in the set, and even now that we're on a different kind of tours with different bands, we still appeal pretty well because of the powerful of the songs. Send me a text message. No, actually, nor usually these kind of things happen through the managements, like his management contacts our management, and then they made an offer for us to be on the tour. And obviously it was a really good offer for us because it's the perfect way to start promoting the new album, playing in front of a lot of people every night, doing a lot of interviews and press. And it's people that maybe they're not all familiar with our band, because if we've been around for a few years, not everybody, maybe they heard the name of the band, but they never got the chance to check it out. So it's a great opportunity to play all over North America with a lot of big names, bands that are history of metal, and for us it's a big pleasure and an honor, and also a great chance. It's always a pleasure, because it's, even if you win it or not, it's not that important. The fact that we are considered for such an award means that our band still means something to the scene or to the people. So we still have people following and having attention in what we do. And that's the most important thing. Even the charts is important, but it's just a nice first step to the records. Then you have to work it out and to have the people come on board, more and more people to be interested in the band. So that those kind of statements are very important in terms of promotion and the fact that somebody's actually paying some attention.
Well, it's really hard to say. I mean, as Andrea said just a few minutes ago, we're a band from Italy where the rock and metal scene isn't very big. That's one of the reasons why we decided to go with a foreign, record label that was an Italian. When we actually came to the U.S. and North America in general for the first time, we would have never thought that one day we'd be playing Ozfest or would be supporting Megadeth and Motorhead. So for us, it's even more amazing that we were able to break this kind of market. When, as you say, there's a lot of American bands or Canadian bands that really aren't able to make it. So I mean, I guess we're just we just came with the right music at the right time, and people just liked us, and we just do what we do. It's not really like we adjust our music to a certain kind of market. It's just what we like to do, and incidentally, people really like what we offer. Well, in Italy, there's not a huge scene. I mean, there is a scene, but it's very underground. It's not easy for bands that play this kind of music to get anywhere, because mainly when you listen to the radio or you watch TV, all you will be able to hear is just like the biggest pop artist or like the Italian melodic music in general. So it's really hard for bands that try to come up with something different, like rock or metal, to actually get somewhere. As opposed to actually Canada and the States, where for one, there's a lot of places you can go and play live, and for two, because rock is one of the main genres that you can listen to. It's not considered like a niche kind of music, So I mean, that would be probably the main difference. And also in Europe, because you have so many different countries with different markets, each country has its own music and its own radio market or TV or whatever,
Oh, well, Canadian, we just met Jeff from Annihilator
Yeah.
years ago, so we can say he's definitely a great guitar player, a great friend also. So it's a band that made history in music. So you have a lot of good bands, Rush or Manning, Nicola. No, no, I'm joking. Nicola is not bad. It's just probably it's very pop music for you guys. I don't know.
And Nickelback are from Edmonton, actually.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
from here.
We were not the last Motorhead show we were at.
We saw the guy from...
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we actually
They're
just...
a good band. You might like or not what they do, because it's very popular rock, would say, but they do it well for sure. And then we have a lot of European bands that we like. We grew up with listening to all the death metal bands like Carcass or At the Gates or Dark Tranquillity or Pington. So European, but also the American ones like Morbid Angel or Obituary. and then we went more into the melodic stuff like Typo Negative and Paradise Lost and Tiamat. So we've been growing up as every other metal kids, you know, with all the classic bands and then more underground bands later on. So we don't have one band that we always look up to. When we started Lacuna Coil, probably we were more into that kind of God's doom kind of metal, and that's the way we wanted to sound, was exactly that. Then I think the more we developed with the years and knowing other bands and being a little more open-minded, we've been incorporating also other elements to our music, but still those darker sounds are always present in our music and will always be, because it's the way that we like metal to be dark and heavy. Yeah, I mean, we're going to finish Gigantour now, then we go home for like 3 weeks, then we go to South America with Lamb of God and Hatebreed for another festival tour, just a few shows. And then we're probably gonna hit North America again with a headline tour, so between April and May. And then probably the summer festivals in Europe, and then again in October the European headline tour. So it's mostly touring.
Easy. We hope that we, for one, can be back like soon. Hopefully, like for a headliner tour where we can play more of the new stuff, you know, because we're actually pretty excited about the new album, and it has been ready for a while, you know. Even after we finished the recordings and stuff, we had to wait a few months before the release, so we can't wait to play some of the newer material. So hopefully we'll be back soon.